All right, excellent. So this is a Rising Stars panel. What does that mean? Rising Stars are essentially people that have broken the mold or have followed the habits of those who are successful like they want to be. And what's exciting about being in this business is there's a complete blueprint to follow, right? It's not like, hey, show up and here's a bunch of wood, some nails, and a few hammers and figure out how to build a house. No, there's like 7,000 houses already in the neighborhood and the plans are laid out in front. That's what's great about FFL is that we've got so many successful people to follow that make this business so simple for those that want to follow it. And what's great about this group, I'm excited, we've got some good questions for them, they've got some insight, and they also have their best sales tip or advice for you guys as new agents. Because if I'd ask a poll of the room, how many of you are here less than 60 days? Raise them high, the higher you raise them, the more successful you'll be. Good group, less than 60 days. You see who we're talking to, right? Okay. So these guys are very new as well, but in their first 60, 90, 180 days, they've kind of jumped through hoops and put themselves in a position where they discipline themselves to get the success that we all want to achieve in this business. So I'm gonna start with Jamie. We're gonna go down to Tyler, and why don't you pass the mics down, then you guys can tee up. And we're gonna, same questions, and Tyler's already prepared. He's gonna bring the fire at the end, but we're gonna start with ladies first. And first question, please introduce yourself and then tell us what you were doing before you started here.
I'm Jamie, and I was at a previous IMO that did mortgage protection prior to this. Prior to that, I was in mortgages.
In mortgages, okay. And then how were you introduced to this business? Warm market or cold market?
Cold.
Okay.
An Instagram post, and I just took a shot. And
what did it say?
Basically, make your own hours, work for yourself, buy leads. And that was everything that I wanted.
One more time, what was that again? Work for yourself?
Work for yourself, make your own hours, buy your own leads, call the people, set the appointments, and I was like, I can do that.
And then what was your best month so far?
About 25.
25. Anyone want to make some Instagram posts right now? Clap it up for Jamie. Okay, so best month so far. So now we're gonna, no. Oh yeah, no, you're still on board. We're ready to rumble. We're gonna do it now. Okay, your best advice or sales tip. So advice or sales tip. Now, advice can be mindset or discipline. Sales tip can be, this is what I say to close every appointment. It works for me, and I've done 37 appointments in a row. Advice or sales tips, so same rules for everybody. For these guys who are the 60-day annuers who want to be on this stage in the next few months.
So I actually had a really hard time when I came to FFL. I did not think that, I thought it would just be a super easy transition. It was not. So for me, when I first started, I was comparing myself to everyone else that was crushing it, and I was doing okay, but it wasn't good enough for me. So it all shifted when I realized I wasn't crazy, and everyone goes through the same things. So they all experience the same objections, they all get no-showed, like they're all knocking on trailers or like through bars on doors, like it's all the same stuff. And that's when I just put my head down and I said, okay, like the numbers need to work in my favor, and I started doing what I was supposed to be doing, and it literally shifted in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. What leads were you buying that helped you shift?
1 month internets, any mailers that I could find in the CRM in my area, and then some instance and news, but mostly 1 month.
25 families.
Yeah.
Clap it up. All right, Kasha, help me say your last name.
Kasha Staniewski.
Staniewski.
Yes.
What is that?
It's Polish.
I'm Polish.
Well,
Oh.
we have something in common.
We do. All right, there we go, Kasha. Okay, so what were you doing before you started with us?
I was a nanny.
You were a nanny.
Yes.
How long were you a nanny?
6 years.
6 years a nanny. And
All
what
throughout college.
6-year nanny goes, I want to go knock on trailer parks and go to apartment complexes and meet strangers and sell them life insurance. How did that happen?
I spent so much time raising other people's kids, and I knew that one day I wanted to have my own, and I wanted to, be able to live the life that I wanted with them. I didn't want to have to hire someone to take care of my kids when I spent years taking care of someone else's. So a friend approached me. He heard about FFL. He actually was looking for an assistant. He offered me the job. I was insulted that he didn't think that I could do this. So I didn't tell him I was interested, and I dove into podcasts for 3 days straight. I called him Monday morning, and I said, you're going to hire me, and here I am.
I love that. So warm market.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And then best month so far?
20 families.
20 families. Congratulations. Okay. Best advice or sales tip for our new agents wanting to be on stage with you soon?
Get on live dials. I cannot tell you the difference that it'll make. You know, I started off dialing by myself at my kitchen table. I called Jamie one day, I ran through my script, and he said, you need to get on dials. Get on dials. I was terrified. I didn't want to look stupid in front of other people. I didn't want to have other people hear me get hung up on, not be able to handle the objections. But I finally just stepped out of my comfort zone, got on live dials, immediately got the coaching I needed. I heard other people. I heard Jamie get hung up on. And that changed everything for me to see someone who I really looked up to deal with the same things that I was dealing with. It kind of leveled it out for me. And I got on there every single dial day, and I was able to push through because other people were watching. You know, it was that accountability that I didn't have myself. So I know it's scary, and I know you don't want to do it, but I promise you it's what it's going to take in order to be successful here.
What time do you get on live dials every day?
I need to get on earlier, to be honest. So
What time will you get on live dials every day, starting
now,
Monday?
I will be on at 7:30 from now.
Ooh, clap that up. Great job, Kasha. All right, Mr. Logan O'Brien, how are we doing today?
Fantastic. It's been a great event.
Awesome. So give us a little backstory. What were you doing before you found us?
So I was doing auto sales, a couple other ventures. I've tried pretty much everything, drop shipping, car rentals, a lot of different stuff. And I was scrolling on TikTok one night, and I saw Andrew Taylor doing the podcast, and I go, what is this MLM thing, you know? And I kind of disregarded it, but I was looking for something new because I wanted to get out of the car business. And I saw it 2 weeks later. I was like, okay, I'll look into this. I started watching the podcast on YouTube, and he would have all these people on from all different backgrounds, construction workers, you know, people not even having a sales background. I was like, okay, it looks legit. And he always says on the podcast, oh, I always answer my phone, right? So I was like, okay. So I DM him on Instagram. Gets back to me in like 2 minutes. I'm like, hey, I want to get started. Can you give me connect? I'm in Washington. Connects me with Al, and it's been awesome ever since. It was like 5 months ago.
So it was cold market, essentially.
Yeah.
Cold. Just you were the TikTok gods said we're gonna change your life today.
Pretty much.
So all those funny dances and like food things they do led you to a new business.
Right. Yeah.
That's wonderful, dude. So give us best month so far.
40 families.
40 families. Clap that up. That's awesome. What type of leads?
How many leads?
What type of leads? Just a
Type of
type.
leads?
What's your favorite type?
I don't have a favorite.
I like that.
Lead's a lead.
Lead's a lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so best advice, sales tip for the new agents who want to be up here with you soon.
I would just say get obsessed with it. You know, like I've always been a person, if you're going to do something, do it all the way. You know, I've been sober almost 6 years now, so I kind of have that trait. So if you do have that trait, and I know a lot of salespeople do, or, you know, if you're a 1099 contractor, you know, like Sean was talking about earlier, you know, we're all here for a reason, right? So you might as well just go all in, get obsessed with it. Another thing is, I wouldn't say copy everyone, but model them, right? I use people in this room, I use word tracks from them, I use strategies as copy and paste, and then just make it your own.
It's excellent. Are you doing, just one last question, virtual or in-home?
I did in-home at first. In my area, it was a little different. I got snowed in for 2 weeks, so I was like, okay, I got to figure this out.
Figured it out.
And the first guy who I was supposed to book in-home, he's like, no, I don't let anyone come to my house. We're doing this over the phone. I was like, all right, that's fine. And I've just been doing telesales since.
Just getting the job done, man. Great job. Clap it up again for Logan, please. Thank you. All right, Mr. Lou DeAnda, how are we doing, sir?
Great.
Where do you
Thanks
live?
for having us. Southern California.
And you flew all the way over here?
Yeah, I flew in last night.
Flew in last night.
Had all kinds of cancellations and so forth.
Who knows someone that lives within 30 minutes that said they were going to be here and then they stopped answering the phone this morning, right? They just, oh, yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't make it. And Lou here flies out here from Southern California to get better. That's the difference, guys. These are simple traits. So clap it up for Lou.
Thank you.
All right, Lou, what were you doing before you found us?
So I was working at a family-run business marketing firm 5 miles from my home. I was probably there much longer than I anticipated in hindsight. I found this, ironically, I had spoken to another IMO practice company, and I almost went with them, but they wanted me to sign a contract, which I didn't feel comfortable about. And then as it turns out, I answered another ad. I met Al. I actually wanted to meet him. I was fortunate enough that he was close by, and we met, and here I am.
So, what was the connection? Was it cold market, warm market? How did you connect with Al?
That was a ZipRecruiter ad.
ZipRecruiter ad, so
Yeah.
cold market. So
Yes.
cold market, warm market, cold market. So we're seeing the correlation that everything works, right? We'd all agree everything works. So, okay. So, best month so far?
25 families.
25. All right, clap that up. It's so funny. We're like, it's 25. Like, that's 25 in a month, right? And then we got guys like Nat who knock out 400 in 175 days, and you break the mold. And I got it. Some people got to break the mold. Some people run 4-minute miles. But 25, 20, 25, 4. I mean, this is, raise your hand if you want your life to be changed with Family First Life. Raise it real high if you want to be changed twice as fast. That's what we do here. So, Lou, great job too. Now, back to you. Advice or sales tip for the agents out there who want to protect 25 families in a month.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, when you look at other people that are producing, and it's real easy to get overwhelmed because you want to perform, and you want to help families, and of course you want to help your own family. So I would say stick to what you're here for. Don't get caught up in what other people are doing, because you're going to get there too. It's just follow the formula. The formula is already set. It's pretty much, as you mentioned, copy and paste. Buy leads, call leads, go out and see these people. If you need help, call your upline. The other thing is be able to adapt. I'll admit my biggest challenge for me is I don't like change. It's hard for me to change. It's difficult for me to change, but I realize with the pandemic and now with virtual sales, I'm adapting, probably not as fast as I'd like to, but if you're going to make it, and there's probably more changes coming that we don't even aware of, but be ready for them and embrace them, is what I would say.
I love it. Love it. Clap it up for Lou. He touched on something for a second, looking around in the landscape, and this is a great quote that I learned from a mentor's mentor and someone who I've subscribed to at a very young age, is his mindset. And the man's name is Jim Rohn. Many in the room are very familiar with him, but he's got a great quote. And the quote, for those that are taking notes, I'd suggest you write this down, just because it's important to kind of put pen to paper. And the quote is, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And it's a brutal thing to look at yourself doing 25 and feel insignificant next to someone doing 40. That's insane, right? That is an insane thought to even put in your mind, to think that I'm somehow inferior to this person. No, maybe they had more free time. They've got less liabilities. I don't know. More, so, the difference between 10 and 20 is more appointments. The difference between 25 and 40 is some skill set. It's leads flow. It's time. But 25 is still an amazing month. It's an amazing month. So that's the thing I'd want for you all who are out here, that you look and you see the podcast, you see the calls. We got our Hall of Fame panel coming up later, which is going to blow your hair back. So hold on, do it, get the hairspray. But it's the thought process of comparison is the thief of joy is going to put you in a position where just be proud of the steps you're taking forward, right? Slow progress is still progress, because this is a business. This isn't some scratcher's lottery ticket that we're hoping we all hit the Powerball for $247 billion tonight and we're all going to Cabo. Like, that's not going to happen. But what could happen is you can build your skill set today and start to harvest some strengths that can change your life forever. So, Melvin, how are we doing, buddy?
Excellent.
Good to meet you, man. I like your attitude. I like your energy. Okay, so what were you doing before you found us, Melvin?
I was selling luxurious above-ground pools.
Luxurious above-ground pools.
Yeah.
What does a luxurious above-ground pool sell for?
Well, around 30,000, and then we can go down as far as at 10,999.
So let's just say the $30,000 pool. What's your commission on a $30,000 pool in that business? Because we can use numbers of different companies.
Yeah, they call it par, so they start at 7,000. So if you sell it at 30,000, then you get half of 7,000. And if you sell it at 25,000, then you get 3,500. And then after the par is down, so if you can't play with par anymore, then you get 4% commission out of what you sell it. So not that
4%.
much.
Someone do that math. What is that? $1,200? So $30,000 pool, you make $1,200.
3,600.
3,600. Okay.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to get paid on that?
3 to 5 business days.
So you sell the pool, they fund immediately? Like they go sign a loan, you get paid in 3 to 5 business days?
Yeah.
Okay. You sell a lot of pools?
Just 25.
25 pools, okay. What made you want to come here?
Well, the pool, you know, there's a pool season, right?
Yeah, there is.
So you can't, so you can't sell pools in the winter in South Carolina. So right by July, I was like, oh my God, I can't sell pools anymore. You know? So I talked to the universe. I said, oh Lord, universe, send me something that I can continue, you know, doing what I'm doing. I got another business where we do manage the dental practices. It's a startup, but I don't pay myself a salary, so I need like a gig or something else so I can survive as well. And all of a sudden, I see a video from via YouTube from Todd Hausberger, my current upline, and he was saying, hey, I just helped 20 families in a week. Come join me. And I'm like, well, the Lord.
That's a bunch. So that was a cold market.
Yeah, cold market. Yeah.
Cold market, YouTube
And I just
video.
called him, yeah.
Called him up.
Yeah.
So if any of you got a YouTube channel out there, keep putting the YouTube videos out
keep
there.
doing it.
You might run into a Melvin. Best month so far?
40 families.
40 families. Clap that up. Advice to a new person or sales tip. You seem like you got a sales pedigree. Maybe you got some things we should learn.
Okay, we will start with the advice first, since mindset is the first thing. So when a new agent comes into Family First Life, you go through simple steps. Everything is simple here, but not easy. But the easiest step is getting contracting, right? You follow everything we say, and then once you get to the making your first call, then all of a sudden you get some brakes on. I mean, what the heck? Like, you got a call. So release your brakes. Don't stop right there. Continue just like you continue from the beginning. Just continue the process, follow everything that we say, and just do it. Take action. That's the advice on the mindset. Now, the
You
sales,
got 15 seconds for the sales tip.
okay.
We got Tyler.
a little bit of humor when you're talking to the clients. What's your weight before breakfast? And then, you know, the women, they always laugh. But then at the end, if you get approved, payment comes out 24 to 48 hours. That keeps your deposits coming in quickly.
Great job, man. Clap it up for. All right, we got Tyler from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's 21.
Yep.
What else do I know about you already?
So yeah, I was in the Army before this. I never really seen myself doing anything as far as insurance. So yeah, that's basically it.
How'd you find us? Warm market or cold
I
market?
was a warm market hire.
Warm market. So who introduced you to us?
It was Zachariah Carpenter. He's no longer with us, but he was a cold market to Dean, and then I was a warm market hire. So.
Got it. So you work with Dean now?
Yep.
You like working with
Directly
Dean?
Yep.
I like working with
yeah, I like Dean.
I like Dean a lot,
He
too.
keeps
Where's he
me in
hiding?
check.
There he is. What's up, buddy? All right. So best month so far?
31 families, yeah.
31 families? Great job, brother. Clap that up. All right. And sales tip. What is a sales tip you've got? Open, close, in-home, whatever you feel like that makes
As far as
you...
sales, my biggest tip would be like, my biggest turnaround was when I just really like checked myself and I was like, how many hours am I actually working? You see what I'm saying? Every time I sit down, I would get up to go to the bathroom or get up and go play with my daughter, do something like that. When I really seen that turnaround is when like my wife came in and she was like, hey, I need your help with something. I was like, no, I'm working. Like if I was out on an FTX or something like that right now, I would not be able to work. So that's when I really seen that big turnaround. You see what I'm saying?
That's great. Any advice for new agents out there?
Just really keep yourself in check and honestly stick to a schedule because what Dean was explaining earlier, that was my schedule at first and that got me absolutely nowhere. I was self-employed, turned to unemployed and had to get myself back on track. So just make sure, keep yourself in check. How many real hours are you working a week? You see what I'm saying? Even if you have to clock in on yourself, get a little app, see how many hours you actually are working. So.
Excellent. Thank you. Clap that up. All right. Tyler, Melvin, Lou, Logan, Kasha, Jamie. So for everyone out there who raised their hand under 60 days, clap as loud as you possibly can if you want to be up here at the next event we have. Thank you, guys. Come on.